Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone is really doing well. Welcome to this live stream, guys, and we are killing it. We are killing it. Literally gave the Ethereum shorts yesterday's 1686.75. I mean, who can literally give that kind of accuracy? I mean, it's like of the unfortunate part is I am not in because it did not fill on Bybit, on Binance and FTX. Both got filled. A lot of people riding almost instantly, 12%, 11.5% down over the night. I mean, the risk reward would have been amazing because the stop loss was a penny. Penny. Guys, I hope you are enjoying and the shorts and you made a nice money. Well, before we go down deep down into the lower some time frame, just want to tell you is, I was the one basically, before this dump happened, or when this dump was the big dump was happening in the month of May, and then in the June, what did I mention that on the Twitter as well that 17,300 to 17,800 is our buy zone, and that's where we bought spots. We offloaded all of our spot bags at 24,800, basically 24,800. Why I decided to offload, because that level is having a lot of confluence. That was our June equilibrium levels, and basically, the equilibrium is of course the tougher and resistance for a range to break. So yeah, we got a, and also after we just got exit our trade, we also showed that Ethereum, if you remember, 2026, like we literally got the top almost 26% move down from those levels. And basically, I mean, we know the market is going to give us this kind of a move on the downside, and that's exactly we've been playing actually. So now, what is next, ladies and gentlemen, is I do think that if you remember, I posted in my corner as well on the Twitter regarding the CME chart. Well, the overall normal charts, feel give you a feel that we're just gonna move down, we're gonna sweep down, but just have a look at the CME chart. CME literally made a new lows. Interesting, no? So CME wave 5 is in, or it's very near to in, guys. So if you just remember the concept of week of accumulation, what does the theory tells you is whenever you see a big drop with no sort of a with no sort of whatever, so I would say um a pump to fill the CME gap, and that's how the new range is forming. We already swept the lows, liquidity has been taken on the CME. We can still have one more push down towards $18,000, and if we do hold these levels, I am definitely bidding from 18,200 to 17,700 bucks, maybe even 17K, with my invalidation levels of 16,500. And what do I see is this week of accumulation tells us that uh, we can have a very nice move on the upside, like a test of a resistance, rejection, more sorts of an accumulation, like here, like this of accumulation, and a push towards 29,000. But hey, will 29,000 be your top? No. The Bitcoin, I think it's going to probably, if this is how it is going to play out, we're going to probably sweep these highs and go to 32,500 levels. And that's exactly what the week of accumulation tells us. So that's one way of looking Bitcoin from the CME perspective. The other way is bearish, very very bearish. But look at the structure and just ask yourself whether this looks bearish or bullish. Because what you need to understand is, even we were in the bear market in 2018. So let's say we were in the bear market. The bear market structure was similar to, like, have a B, and then you go for a nice accumulation, like a triangle formation, a C over here, a dump, and then a small accumulation like this, a small range form, and suddenly out of nowhere we got for a big bounce towards 13,500 to 14K levels, come back down like for a few months of range formation, and then pump. So this kind of move is very common in the bear market over here. And in the bear market, the ranges are going to be like, it is going to like take lot and lot of time, because those are the ranges, guys, are especially made to make us impulsive, to take us impulsive decisions. Why? Because I have been in the bear market. When you see such sort of a range, you literally start being impulsive. A lot of you start being biasness. You're going to flip flop. No, 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 it's bull. No, 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 it's bear. Let's long it. It's tight stop loss. Let's short it. And what you do is just end up losing money unless you know how to play the ranges, unless you know what you are doing. So so basically it's just going to test your patience, guys. What you need is you need to have the patience. Now look at the structure that we are forming, that so far we have formed on the Bitcoin. The structure over here is very, very simple. If you can see here, it's very, very, very simple. You can only see over here on the daily, only see, uh, you know, 1, 2, and 3. So that is the structure that we are watching here on the Bitcoin. So that is the only structure that we can see. So basically this move down is in 3 waves formation, which tells us that this move down is A, B, and C. Now, if this is A, B, and C, we also need to, probably wait for an impulsive move, which is going to happen. Now, after this A, B, C, we need to see what the next leg is going to be. The next leg can be 5 waves, or it can be simply another choppy move for like A, B, and C. Let's say if this is 5 waves, we will have to say that we just going to end up in a big accumulation like what we saw in 2018 and 2019, mid 2019. And that's going to be a big, big, big range like this. Like, it's gonna take like 3 to 4 months of accumulation, and then we end up breaking up like this. So that's how the big W formation takes place, and we finally go for a big 786 Fibonacci level retest of like 42,340 at some point. But that's not gonna happen today, tomorrow, or 2 months later, by end of 2022, or even I would say January or February 2023. It's gonna take a lot of time. The bear market is going to chop out everyone. So this is going to be like, a small, because a lot of major players are out of the market, like, 3AC, Celsius, and a lot of big players. Like even now, the Elon Musk, Tesla have already sold like almost 75 to 80% of Bitcoin. I'm not sure. I think it was 90%, I think. But they have, no, 70% Bitcoin they have sold. So 30% backs, they are still holding it, probably 25 to 30%. I'm not sure exactly. But so they probably they sold it for some other reasons, but they still hold it because they believe that, in the technology. They believe that uh, even if the sell here, the bottom would be somewhere around these levels. Now the most bearish case in for the Bitcoin would be simply if we start losing the levels of 16,000 bucks, that is 1.38 Fibonacci levels. It would also mean that the Bitcoin is literally going to open the doors not only for the 1618, but apparently it is also going to open doors for 1886 Fips, which is going to be somewhere around $12,550 levels. So we need to be prepared for everything. But if you ask me why I should be bearish or why I should not be bearish at those levels, well, it's simply because we are just think of it as like a range. So this is our range lows. Unless we flip this as a strong resistance on the daily, then it's a different story. But if it is just like a range, then play like a range. You sell over here at a premium, you buy at a discount. That's what the market maker does. They sell at the premium to you guys and they buy from you guys at a discount. And that's what exactly it's happening. Right now on the daily, if you are watching, the volume is rising on the dump, which clearly indicates that this move is like an impulsive, bearish impulsive move. So I think that we still have one more wave down left. That one more wave down would be somewhere around max to the levels of 17,670 levels. Max it can go there. And maybe to even 16,930. That is our 1236 Fips. But that somewhere in this zone, it would be around 17,645 to 17,670 is the optimum trade entry zone for Bitcoin, because if you just put your trade setup over here, that's what I would be looking. I would be just simply buying spot. I literally we bought in Walsh Wealth Group like 17,800. We sold everything at 24,800. Went all in USD, book profits. Now again, I'm going to deploy, and I'm just going to buy Bitcoin. The 16,500 is where you should be having a stop loss, and that stop loss should be manual. Unless until I see a concrete 4 hours or daily closure under these levels, I'm not closing a trade. A week is a likely, but no, we are not closing. And your targets would be the range lows. This is where the range lows is. That's where the, your targets and the CME gap is. A 61% move, that's like an 8-hour swing setup for your, spot bags, or you can also take a big swing riding for like a month or so. So apparently, this is how I see Bitcoin, both the bullish and bearish case I've presented. So this is how the higher term time frame looks like. Now let's go to, the total, because the story is a quite different for total. Now you might say that, the Bitcoin has already reached the 0.886 Fibonacci levels, which is around 18,000, 451. That's where the bounce literally happened, a dollar bounce from those levels. And however, total is yet to reach those levels. You see, total has even not reached 0.702 fips, which always act as a big liquidity pool. And why? Because it's like, the total is holding up only and only because of Ethereum. Ethereum is not showing, any sign of a strong decline, or I would say like a big flash down the way it pumped. It's because as you know that a lot of exchanges have, have stopped deposit and withdrawal of Ethereum due to the merge that's happening. So at least till 13th, you won't see any new Ethereum coming onto the exchanges, like big exchanges like Binance, maybe FTX, but or Coinbase for that sake. But you will only see a sale pressure or a dump from the Ethereum that's those already present on the exchanges. So you won't see any new supply. But what I think of total is, I am expecting a small one more dip down on the total towards almost like 702 to 786 Fibonacci levels, which also coincides with our 0.14 fib. And from that level, probably, let's say if we go and have a retest of these levels like 1.09, that would be amazing. However, if we do stand to break out, then I think you will see 90% of charts on, Twitter. It's everybody is going to start posting like it's a, bump and run kind of a pattern. Many will say that it is a cup, Adam and Eve bottom. Many will say cup and handle. Many will say blah blah shit. But this is how, the total might literally do if we go for a truncated wave 5 here. And remember, when, the wave 4 is slightly higher in degree, it's very likely your wave 5 can be a very, shallow wave 5, or in other words, it can be a truncated wave 5. A shallow wave 5 would be max going towards 786 Fibonacci levels, coinciding with your 0.14 fips, which also means that people are going to long here, but they will think they will be selling everything again over here in anticipation that market is going to fall from here. So they will win, of course, the first leg, and they will be expecting a fall. But what happens? The market does the other way. The market start breaking on the upside, like a big, not an inverse head and shoulder, but kind of, you can say, a nice V-shaped recovery like Adam, accumulation like Eve, Adam and Eve bottom formation, and then probably accumulate here, break up, hook, and go up like this. So that's where the Adam and Eve bottom formation pattern comes into play. Along with, people will also show you after few days, or maybe, maybe a month. Remember, this live is going to be uploaded on YouTube. You can see, after a month as well. This kind of charts you're going to see everywhere. If and when the 786 Fibonacci level holds and bounds towards the resistance, upper trend line resistance levels of $1.1 trillion levels. This is how you will see. Everybody is going to be like, Adam and Eve is forming, cup and handle is forming. Or maybe like, many people will also tell you that it's a, what did I say? Mention first is going to be like, I mean, these kind of patterns are going to literally, people are going to show you. But this is how I see actually. So Bitcoin already went down. I do think that Ethereum, I think, should ideally go to my targets of 1055. That's like a big level. And I think this is going to be very interesting levels for Bitcoin. So what do I, for Ethereum, sorry. So what do I think for Ethereum over here is the way the structure is. I would want Ethereum to hold the levels of 0.14 fib around 1442 to 1450 levels. Hold these levels, don't sweep the lows, reverse. Bitcoin also goes to the levels of 18,000 bucks, reversing. However, Ethereum and Bitcoin goes along with it. Ethereum goes to the levels like this towards somewhere around 1897. Okay. And then we see something like this. However, what happens is for Bitcoin is that we pump up from here for Bitcoin. Okay. We go up like this to the July equilibrium, or you can also say August equilibrium levels, stuck into the resistance over here. Okay. And then we do something like this: A, B, and C. Going to be most likely a double bottom kind of a scenario for Bitcoin. However, Ethereum is going to have a dump towards 1055, which also means that the BTC dominance is expected to pump, and that expectation of a pump is why, because if you see the structure, it clearly tells you this is a 1 2. We are in the wave 3 right now. You need a wave 4 here. Maybe you want to retest something like this, and then 5. So you need this pump on the BTC dominance. That's exactly where we get our pump. So this is how I'm just trying to align everything together. Now, does this scenario also goes with the USD dominance? You need to check it. Yesterday in our Walsh Wealth group, I posted, like many of you guys know, that you know I posted that USD dominance is at a big support, and the bounce from this is going to be like passing above the 7.3% levels. And that's exactly what we went. We went about 7.28% and went to the levels of 7.4. My target for now for the USD dominance is somewhere around either 7.65 to 7.72%. And from those levels, I'm expecting a reversal. Why? Because the move over here, what I am seeing is clearly, in my opinion, is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's what I'm seeing. So basically, this is the 5 waves move on the upside, and I just want to see A, B, and C like this. Or if you do see a flash crash like on the USD dominance, and it just don't make like ABC structure, instead it goes for 5 waves, then it would be mean that we're not only gonna hold these levels, but we're just gonna break it and we're just gonna make new lows going toward 5.24%, the way we did previously. So that's the plan for USD dominance. It perfectly goes and aligned with our plan for Ethereum and Bitcoin. So guys, I am going to bid Bitcoin definitely from 18,200 to the levels of 17,600 levels. My best guess is 17,800 should hold and will hold probably. Why? Because you already have June value area low around 17,900. So this makes these levels a very strong levels in my opinion. Now, few of the alts that looks awesome in my opinion. The one alts that especially I am going to buy on spot is FTM. Fantom looks amazing. Now, you might also think that why are we going to buy Fantom? Look at the daily. and look at the divergence that have formed on the daily. I have been discussing this Fantom since few days that we are going to patiently wait. And yesterday I mentioned in my corner the optimum trade entry zone for Fantom would be 0.238. Remember, I can show you when I posted yesterday when Fantom was somewhere around the levels of 25.3. And Fantom literally went to 0.2381. Just look at here the lows, the top left, 0.2381. It, this is like optimal trade entry zone. I am buying spots. What I'm expecting from the Fantom is this looks to me like a very nice and a very clean 3-step setup. You have a yeah, support over here, a buy, but this is not the people were buying, but it's like a shots are closing their position over here, and we just end up with a big wick. This is a having a lot of liquidity, and then we sweep the lows again. Equilibrium took all the liquidity over here, and then we are going to again testing like this. The two things, uh the count that I have for FTM, I have two counts. First count is very bullish. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. It's like a diagonal. The 5 waves diagonal. Clearly, you can see the diagonal over. It's clearly okay. As you can see here, it's a diagonal over here. Also, it's a diagonal. Also matches with the degree of wave and the fibs. Clearly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 looks like a diagonal. If this is the 5 waves, then the move down is another choppy 5 waves. That's what we are seeing over here. Or let's say if this is the diagonal, this is not a diagonal, and this is not the 5 waves, which clearly means that then this move happens to be like A, B, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, a small diagonal. That's what your C, which clearly indicates that this move up is a corrective move A, this is a corrective move B, and we're going to probably just sweep the lows over here for the C and then further dump to hell. That's how I see. But most likely, in my opinion, what I see is I think the 5 waves diagonal, the first scenario makes more sense. And if that is, if the first scenario plays out, then the target for Fantom would be the range highs of 87.6 cents. So basically, it would also mean that Fantom has a very high probability of pumping to 260% levels. If that, if that move was like a 5 waves. Further, we need the invalidation of this move is 0.205. And hence you can see my stop loss, and that's going to be a manual stop loss. I already have a leverage positions on the Fantom from 0.238, 5 to be precise, and I'm going to add till 0.22. Okay, 0.886 pips. Now the worst case scenario for Fantom is, just in case if it don't break up, okay, the bare minimum target for Fantom would be the equilibrium retest of 55.79% pump. Gives you 3.5 to 4 hour setup, depends on your entry. Another is going to be another big swing. I think it's looking very good. Look at the daily and look at the volatility oscillator. It's just getting thinner and compressed and compressed and compressed. It clearly indicates that a big move is very, very soon coming. You can see here the normalized MACD is also accumulating here. The RSI, as I already mentioned, it's having a bullish divergence on the daily. So we are already, RSI is also going into the oversold territory very, very soon. Yet it has not went there. Anything under 30 would, for me, would be an oversold territory. That's how I play normally. So guys, Fantom is a very nice risk reward play, and it's a very high conviction play. Even if you're planning to long or buy spots, you have to manage your risk. It's not like a blind, you know, trade just going all in into something. No, you have to manage your risk. Okay. So that is what I have for a Fantom. Now, I also was looking for Avalanche. It's a very simple and a free trade. That's what I'm looking for. The move here looks to me like A, B, and most likely this is going to be C. If we do sweep the lows over here, on AVEX and flip inside, this is going to be your scalp. Long at the 17.48, and then you ride it till the highs to $21, and that is going to give you a very nice return, basically of almost 18 to 20% gains on AVEX. But how would you play this? Once it sweeps these lows and reclaim it back, and once it reclaims, start closing 4 over above, go long with your stop loss beneath your the lows, that whatever you the lows uh it prints, and then probably you can make like 18 to 20% gains. You can just play with the spots if you are not comfortable with the leverage. Now let's move on to the total 2, guys. We saw total. Now it's time for total 2. So what is total 2, guys? Total 2 is a total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin. So it's like Ethereum plus every shitcoin, altcoins, major caps, DeFi, metaverse, everything except Bitcoin. It's a total market cap. Currently, we are standing at $550 billion on this market cap. If I have to say that how I see total 2 and how I, as a market manipulator, if I really want to play or make this play, how would I make it happen? I would want probably the total 2 to form a very strong, I would say, harmonic. It just like break this trend line, have a fake breakdown, go to the 0.66 Fibonacci levels of 521 billion. Just accumulate there for few, maybe a day or two. Make everyone bearish, reclaim it, hook, go up, and go to the levels of 640 billion, which is around somewhere around 786 to 886 Fibonacci levels. Break down again to 886 Fibonacci levels of 459. Short, make people everybody short. ABC complete and go for a next leg up towards 874 billion. That's how I would like to play, honestly, if you ask me. So that's what that's why I think that probably the Bitcoin dominance, as I mentioned previously, we still have one more wave down pending. And that's where the catch is. This move, probably uh, is going to happen, pump. This happens where I think probably this is going to happen when the Bitcoin dominance have finished its final leg down. This pump, okay, along with the Bitcoin. That's what I think. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I think for the total 2. But however, losing 886 or the range lows of 455 would trigger a big flash crash for all the alts in the market, especially Ethereum, going to almost around the big supply, because after these levels, there is no major, demand zone. The only demand what I see is somewhere around 350 $280 billion level. So that's where practically, as you can imagine, the big dump would be losing these levels. But just draw 2 lines in your chart. You don't have to probably worry much about it. Simply draw 2 boxes. This is your buy the dip zone, and this is your sell zone. Anything, just play this unless we break something. So this is how you should play. It's very simple game. I mean, you just don't need to overcomplicate things. But this is how you. If you would like to support, do trade on Bybit. The link is mentioned in the description, or come and join Walsh with trade with us. Well, also the competition is going on Bybit. We need more and more people. I think there is only 25, and we have yet not 29, I think, yet not unlock the reward. So join at least another 21 people, and probably we will unlock the reward and probably make free money from the Bybit. So that's all, guys. And for now, as I mentioned, on the lower term time frame, I would like to see one more squeeze down towards 18,000 levels to 17,900 bucks, and from there, looking for a reversal and a bounce to a minimum level of 20,500 bucks. So that's where I'm looking for BTC, guys. So that's all. And well, a few of the alts that I would like to discuss about is XRP. So many people literally DM'd me and they want to know about XRP actually. I don't know why. I mean, are they overinvested or what? Like almost I got like 12 requests and like but this is how I see XRP for now. We are doing, this was our W and we are doing X move here as I've already mentioned. The X move will most likely to somewhere around 30 cents is what I believe. And from there, what I'm expecting is XRP to have one more push up towards the levels of 44 cents. So I think, XRP, this the levels that we are talking about should hold like um, the levels of 29 cents should hold. Probably will be looking to long around 30 cents, plus minus 10, 0 0.0, plus minus, I could say 0.5%. But that's how I see, because XRP on the daily, if you see, it's it's literally forming a very nice, falling wedge or a bullish wolf waves, as you can see here. That's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, like bullish wolf waves. You see the high volume over here, and this dump was with the low volume so far, confirming that this might be a nice bullish wolf waves. Bottom might be in as well. I'm not saying that this is a bottom might be in, but if we do get one more wave down along with the Bitcoin, you have a very strong demand zone around 30.8 to 30 cents levels. That's where you should be looking to buy. And your take profit targets would be the sweep of this highs 40.8. Max levels would be the 0.886 Fibonacci levels. Where is your 0.886 Fibonacci levels? That is going to be your absolute top for XRP around 44.5 cents. That's where my Y is. It's all strategically placed actually. So guys, XRP, honestly, if till we are above 29 cents, I honestly don't see reasons to be bearish for XRP at this levels. For FTM, I have already mentioned in Walsh Wealth Group, we will be buying from from 24 cents till 22.5 cents. We will buy every dip we are going to add probably with our stop loss, as I mentioned, manual stop loss. So practically, I think the risk reward is amazing. Again, you're trading leverage or spot, doesn't matter unless your risk is managed. Okay. Now, also one more else that I would like to discuss, and probably it's a dead coin. The dead coin is nothing but our famous Satoshi. It's a Litecoin, guys. Honestly, many people think that it's a dead coin. I don't think it's a dead coin. It's just that, probably it's finishing its bigger bear market, in my opinion. So I think Litecoin is literally going to a big, big, big bear market right now. Because if you look at from the perspective of a monthly on the Binance, what you will see is it's literally forming an irregular expanded flat kind of a structure on Litecoin. So this is where the irregular flat. So let me just probably remove this drawings, because you see this is our spot chart and not a leverage. This move was, let's say, A, this irregular flat B, and now we are having C. Or let's say this is cycle 1 and A, B, and C cycle 2, which clearly indicates that if you look at the monthly basis, you have a very, very strong support from 39 cents to 44 cents. That's where our big, big, big support lies. And if you look at from the perspective of, the RSI as well, RSI is pretty much, yes, it is under bullish territory zone. But if you look at from the perspective of, I do think that it's literally likely that it's going to test the MA21. That's 47.35 levels, which clearly indicates that in future going forward, I think I'm looking for a big move. Just not from the perspective of the Litecoin USDT, but just look at from the perspective of the Litecoin Bitcoin, LTC BTC chart, LTC Ethereum chart. I mean, the BTC chart itself is doing a big wave too. I think I've just many times. It's literally doing a big, big, big wave too, guys. I think the bottom was already in for the Litecoin. I've already mentioned the group. Just facing a resistance of the range lows. Once we reclaim this, the party is going to start. So I'm expecting Litecoin to just probably have a big upside, maybe going forward in next 4 5 months. and everybody's going to witness a big pump on the Litecoin, in my opinion, guys. I may be wrong, but Litecoin BTC is absolutely going to smash it. I do think so. And this kind of harmonic, which also means the Litecoin BTC should absolutely go for a minimum level of minimum pump of 810% in BTC pair. Now, despite of the fact that Litecoin USDT should also pump like 300 to 400%, which means that Litecoin makes it a very attractive investment, especially for me. The risk reward is amazing, like 700% risk reward. The gains are 700% versus your risk of even 20% risk you're taking gives you 40 hour setup. Amazing setup on your swing, guys. Uh, Look at the Litecoin ETH chart. It's like you will feel that Litecoin is like a death. Yes, it's like a death, and it's in the bear market, honestly. But if you look at very closely on the weekly, just like this, show you Litecoin chart over here. You look at this, we are literally in a big accumulation here, guys. Hope you guys able to see. We are in the accumulation zone. We got our ABC pump, okay, and again 5 years or ABC down until we might just go for a sweep of the 0.0365. And from this, once we get our sweep, probably we'll be looking for a range highs and somewhere around 100% pump on Litecoin ETH. Also, look at the weekly. The volatility oscillator is so compressed. A big move is going to be like a big fat candle on the weekly. A sort of like this kind of a candle of like 30-40% move on the weekly, guys. So we just have to prepare for this kind of a big move on the Litecoin ETH, Litecoin BTC, as well as Litecoin USDT. In my opinion, $39 to $44 is where you accumulate Litecoin for long-term bags, and just leave it, forget about it. And I think in the next run, Litecoin probably in the next 3 to 4 months, or maybe even 5 months, is going to outperform Bitcoin, Ethereum. So I think Litecoin, it should be your bag. Now, if it is like you have like 1,000, you're playing with $1,000, I'll look at maybe $100 or $50 to Litecoin. Just forget about it. If you lose, you're gonna maximum lose like $10, or maximum you're gonna lose like $20. And if you make it, you're gonna make it minimum like $800 from that $100 investment on Litecoin. I'm just talking from the person who are playing with a very low capital. For those who are playing with like millions or 100K or even 50K, 10K club, you can manage accordingly. So that's what my plan for the Bitcoin and overall market is, guys. Do like and share this video and subscribe to the channel, and do support by trading on the Bybit. Thank you so much. Have a very nice day. I will be available all day on Walsh Wealth, and we're just going to nail few trades, inshallah. For you, FTM is a must in my opinion. Don't miss it. Okay? Thank you. Have a nice day.